This episode is brought to you by Tinder. Cuffing season is in full effect, which makes Tinder the place to be right now. There's a new wave of folks coming back to the app ready to find love, fun, or just a new friend. And if you're worried about never meeting up with your matches IRL, don't be. 1.5 million Tinder users go on dates in person every week. Explore all of the possibilities for yourself. Tinder. It starts with a swipe. Download Tinder today. This episode is brought to you by Starry. When you drink Starry Lemon Lime Soda, every sip is a win. Perfect for game time or anytime. It's a crisp, refreshing lemon lime soda that's caffeine-free and bursting with flavor that makes you go, ah. Starry hits different. Find it in stores or online today.
And hello, welcome to Unequal Sequel.
Extra!
It's Friday!
Woo!
It's also the end of the month.
It is. Nearly the end of the month, yeah.
Well, yeah, by the time you listen to this, it's pretty much touching distance. It could even be payday for lots of people. Yeah. It's payday for me, so all the money comes in, all the money goes out.
It's not payday for me. Payday for me is like the 15th. But anyway.
Again, this is why people tune into this wonderful dialogue that we have between each other.
So interesting. Who wouldn't want to know this stuff? So if this is going out on Friday, this means probably when people are listening to this, I might be in the cinema watching Top Gun
at this very moment.
Maybe it depends when people are listening to it, really, doesn't it? But yeah. If you're listening Friday morning, chances are I'm in the cinema watching Top Gun.
Oh, I'm so jealous. I am seeing it Saturday afternoon.
Ooh.
In the BFI IMAX.
Yeah, so you're seeing it in a posher cinema than me. I'm just seeing it in
I'm
Milton
going
Keynes.
all out. Well, this is my like Avengers Endgame kind of moment. This is like the biggest film probably since since The Rise of Skywalker, and we shouldn't talk about how that went. So
I'm feeling hopeful, Dave. I'm feeling hopeful.
I haven't really read any reviews. I've seen some scores. I've seen some, the bits on the posters and stuff like that, and people that I admire and respect and take interest in what they say. They've also said very positive things. We are going to record an episode for next week, right?
We are, yeah. So when you listen to this, a week's time, we'll be doing the review.
Wonderful. And what are we doing today?
Oh, it's our monthly roundup.
Monthly roundup. You'd think I'd put a tune in there at some point, but I don't.
One day we'll make a jingle or two.
How has May been for you?
Yeah, May's been all right. Started off with my son's birthday, and yeah, it's been good. Yeah.
Do you remember the episodes that we covered? Extra ones first?
No.
Every month.
I mean, I once you mention them, I'll remember. We did Doctor Strange. I remember that one.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
And then we also did the Avengers, the 10th anniversary edition.
We did. Yeah, that's right. And we did. And we did Star Wars.
There we go. There's the boy. Yes, we celebrated Attack of the Clones, the 20th anniversary. If you haven't listened to any of them, go back. They're all fantastic episodes. Not that I can brag or anything, but I'm sure other people will. If you just ask random people on the street, they'll probably tell you which one was their favourite. Which one was your favourite?
Probably the Attack of the Clones. I like to moan.
it was good. So yeah, Avengers was positive.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange was in the middle.
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones was...
Yeah, not so much.
Oh, God, why do we keep watching this? We've also, should point out, Series 3 has started. We are right in the midst of it.
Oh, yeah, we are, yeah.
We're now 5 episodes deep. Wow. So we've had Rich Wilson,
Yeah.
First episode. Episode 2,
Yeah.
Mark Widgets. Episode 3, Sarah Budry. Why am I struggling with names today?
No, it's not just today, mate.
Episode 4, Matthew Hyton. And this week's episode, which came out today by the time we're recording actually, was Michael Marden. All fantastic episodes. And I have to say, I think this is our best series so far. I'm loving it.
It's great. It's so good. It really is. And I think we are finally growing into our roles as, co-hosts. I'm not going to actually... Co-host is doing you a disservice because you are the host and I'm the person who just says random shit every now and then.
No, you bring the self-level wit and the knowledge and you use the correct terms and words while I struggle. I
do know words. That's true.
So yeah, my May has been long again, it feels, and I'm looking forward to June.
Yeah, it won't surprise anyone. I've basically been ill for most of May.
Yeah, we'll get on to what we've watched and haven't watched later in the TV Club, Film Club sections. But as ever, let's kick this stuff off with the sequel news. So do it.
Sequel news.
Yep. Okay, this is the point where I give you options of 4 numbers.
Oh, 4 today. Oh, okay. I think we'll start off with number 1 today.
Number 1, okay. 1, you're a big fan of this film, so you'll be excited. But June has cast its Emperor.
Oh, has it?
Did you know this?
No, I didn't, but that's very interesting.
So I imagine, I don't know the story of June, but you probably know it a bit better than me.
Yeah. I've seen the original movie, but I wouldn't claim to know it very well.
Okay. Well, the Emperor, who was in the shadows in the first one, and he's the one who's, making the annoyance of the other people. I can't remember the names of them.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Is going to be played by Christopher Walken.
Oh.
Good casting, bad casting. What do you think?
Good, I think. Could be very good. I can't remember the Emperor doing any dancing, which is what I kind of associate with Christopher Walken these days. But yeah, could be very good, actually. The last thing I saw Christopher Walken in was, I can't remember what the name of the show was, but it's a Stephen Merchant TV show over here. The Outlaws, that was it, yeah. And that's very good. That's very good. It was very weird, Christopher Walken being in it, but, that's...
Do you think he brings the gravitas that can play an Emperor? I mean, certainly he's got the voice. He's got the acting chops, hasn't he? Is he going to be suitable for this role?
Yeah, definitely. Of course he can. Yeah, he can definitely do it.
I think it's a good cast. I like Christopher Walken. As a bad guy, he's a good bad guy. We haven't seen him play a bad guy in a while. I mean, the first bad guy that comes to my head is Welcome to the Jungle with The Rock in it. Or if you're American, it's called The Rundown.
The first bad guy that comes to my head is Wayne's World 2.
Yeah, we're probably not thinking about the best bad guys. I love him in True Romance. That's a very intimidating role he plays in there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I think it's going to be great. And that sequel is moving along nicely, which is nice. It has some other casting, but I've already forgotten it. But June 2, Christopher Walken.
Interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it because I enjoyed the first one so much.
I know you did. You enjoed it more than me. We discussed that last month.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
I think they had to have someone major playing that role. So, and I can't see what he does with it. Okay, next 2, 3 or 4?
3.
3 is, I don't know if you've ever seen the original, but A Simple Favour with Paul Feig, starring Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively.
I have not.
Has been greenlit sequel. Now,
okay.
I've got history with this film.
Right.
Because I've interviewed Paul Feig about this film.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's when you got to ask him about Ghostbusters as well, didn't you?
Yes. The problem is, I've still never seen this film.
You got to interview the director, and you couldn't even be bothered to watch his movie first.
No. I interviewed it before it was out, right?
Right.
I did not get sent to any screenings or anything like that. I didn't get a link. So I did my best, and it's a great interview.
Okay.
It's out there on Jump Cut online somewhere if you want to read it. But yeah, I was like, I'll go and see it soon, and I never got round to it.
Oh wow!
I know it's
watch it then.
Yeah, I know it's on Netflix, and I thought,
oh well, there's no excuse then. Is
exactly. Now there's a sequel, and it's directly in our path to do. And I like the cast. I like Anna Kendrick. I like Blake Lively. I love Paul Feig. He's a lovely man. A great interview.
You could use your connections and we could get him on as a guest.
Yes, but I hope he doesn't listen to about this when I haven't. And hopefully he doesn't listen to the Sean Walsh episode, which we defend Ghostbusters.
We
Paul,
do.
If
we
you
do,
listen to this, we said okay things about it.
Oh, okay things. We did say okay things. I will still defend the 2016 Ghostbusters because I think that there's an essence of a good movie in there. It just needs to be a bit funnier, a bit scarier, and yeah, it'd be almost there.
But he's got great other films like Spy, which I've always wanted a sequel to. Spy is hilarious. Bridesmaids, hilarious.
Brilliant.
The Heat is not bad with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy.
Not seen that one.
Have you not? That's a good one. For some reason, I don't know why I haven't seen this film. I don't. And I laugh. I see it comes up on Netflix and I giggle to myself.
So it's become a long-standing joke not to watch it now, I guess.
I couldn't even tell you the storyline.
What did you talk to him about?
I can't remember.
Oh, God.
All I remember, it being, going better than I thought. He was my first big interview and I had to wait up quite late at the night to do it because he was in New York or LA. I can't actually remember. And yeah, he was such a gent. So yes, I can't wait for this one. I'm definitely going to watch it, Paul. Definitely going to watch this one.
Because he's definitely listening to this podcast. You know he will be.
He loves movie podcasts.
Oh, the big movie people listen to our pod.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, we know.
If anything.
Yeah.
So you haven't seen it, so we can't really talk about it anymore. But I haven't seen it, so obviously we can't talk about it.
But I will watch it. I will make a point of watching it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 or 4. Actually, I'm going to take this out of your hands because I want the last one to be the one we talk about. So number 4 is it's more news about Godzilla vs. Kong 2.
Oh,
okay. A film you've never seen.
No.
Going well, this. But it is they've hired a person that you like. So Dan Stevens has been signed up.
Good shout.
And it's from the director of The Guest.
Is he Godzilla or Kong? That's the question.
Wow. That'd be amazing if somehow they put brains into these things. Obviously, news of what character he's going to play or blah, 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 or even a plot at this point. But we love Dan Stevens.
Yeah, we do. There's what's not to like. I'm sort of hoping it might be a guest crossover, and he's some sort of like super soldier who's going to take down a kaiju.
Yeah, that would be amazing. There was we missed it like a month ago, but the makers of The Guest released a Guest 2 soundtrack. Have you listened to this yet?
No, I haven't.
This is how good I bring news to you. So out there is a Guest 2 soundtrack because they reckon they'll never get to make The Guest. But now there have been quiet talks about it.
Oh, that's exciting. Oh, that is exciting.
That would be good. So I thought I could link the 2 stories together because I missed it the first time round. But
I like that. That's giving me hope, Dave. It's giving me hope.
Are you gonna watch Godzilla vs. Kong anytime soon, or
after I've seen A Simple Favor, maybe?
Once I've watched A Simple Favor, you watch. Fine.
Yeah. All right. I will watch it before the sequel comes out.
There you go. That's all we can ask on this podcast.
You know that big giant kaiju movies are not really my thing, right? You know, it's just not my. You know, that kind of whole disaster genre. Basically, if Roman Emmerich's made it, it's not really my kind of.
Cup of tea. I know this is coming from a person that hasn't seen Moonfall yet.
And I don't really want to.
And if you haven't seen Moonfall, you haven't watched cinema at its best.
I have a feeling you're lying to me.
No, it is bonkers. And every week I think, it's going to be on Now TV or something soon. And every week I'm disappointed. So,
again, I will watch it.
Okay.
When it comes to streaming, I will watch Moonfall as well, just to please you more than anything, and just so we can talk about it on our monthly roundup.
Monthly roundup. Yes. Last bit of movie news. I don't know if you saw it, but it's so bonkers that I had to check multiple times and that I didn't dream it, that it isn't April Fool's, and that it's actually going to happen. And I'm not quite sure how I feel about it yet. And you might have seen it, but there is now going to be a Spinal Tap 2.
No, I had not seen that. And that sounds like a terrible idea. Really? Surely they'll all be dead.
They're all still alive. Rob Reiner's still alive. Michael McKean,
I know all the
Harry Shearer, Christopher Guest.
Yeah, I know the actors are alive, but I mean the characters. They're all so stupid that surely they've died rockstar deaths by now.
You would think so. I can see it though, because like the Rolling Stones, those people do seem to go on forever. Paul McCartney.
True. There is some sort of black magic keeping Keith Richards alive, isn't there?
Yeah, but there was already a Spinal Tap 2, and it was called Anvil the Movie. Did you ever watch that documentary about...
No.
Again, check that out. It's brilliant.
Okay.
It's a documentary about a real-life rock and roll band who are still trying to make it big after all these years kind of thing. It's very good.
Oh, right, okay.
So this one they plan to release on the 40th anniversary of the original film.
Which is when?
I don't know if I can say that. But Spinal Tap is grade A comedy. I mean,
yeah,
you can see where the Office has come from and stuff like that.
But comedy sequels.
Well, this is the talking point, isn't it?
Especially such a massive gap as well. You are running the risk of a coming to America situation, aren't you? I don't know. And Rob Reiner has not been on the boil for a while.
I've got a date, by the way. It's 19th of March 2024.
That's not far away. That's not far away. Wow. Okay. I would like to be excited, but I'm more nervous.
Would you like to know the storyline? Because apparently there is a synopsis on.
Okay, go for it. Come on in.
Basically, when manager Ian Faith dies, his widow discovers a contract that says the Tap owes a final concert.
Right, okay. So it's sort of like the movie Still Crazy, but Spinal Tap.
Again, lovely Still Crazy reference there. If they can't put aside their differences and work together to rock on one last time, they're going to be sued into the Stone Age. So they have to put on the concert. So everyone's back. And I'm deeply concerned because, like we said, comedy sequels, not good.
I don't know, mate. I'm not feeling it. I'm like you, I'm concerned. I'm not convinced.
Oh, I don't know what to do. It might make me cry.
Oh, no.
I mean, those kind of films, Christopher Guest films, he's done a few good ones, but the last one I can remember is Mascots, which was Netflix. It wasn't great.
No.
They're all funny people. They've all been great in their own shows. It could be brilliant. Every day's Christmas Eve. That's what they say on NPR podcast.
True.
No one plans to make a bad film. I bet they've been offered lots of money throughout the last 40 years to do a sequel.
Yeah. It's taken them 40 years, so they must really have the belief that this is going to be good, I suppose. You know, because like you say, there would have been money and they could have done it previously and haven't. Well, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it.
We do have a jinx of announcing things on this podcast, like our news bits, and then stuff happening and them not being happening. So this could be one of them. So hold your horses, everyone. But we'll find out in 2024. Okay.
Who knows? Could happen. Good news, though, mate. Good sequel.
Yeah, good sequel. Thank you.
I'm impressed with your delving into the news this month.
And that is all for sequel news.
Ooh.
So we move on swiftly. And we're going to talk about the movies we've watched, the TV we watched, and we have sections in this, listeners. First off, we go from the sequels we've watched, and then we go into Film Club, which is anything we've watched. So it doesn't have to be sequels; it can be whatever we've been watching that month. And then we go on to TV Club, TV Club. So, first question, Rich. Have you watched any sequels that you can announce you've watched? Because we can't announce the ones that we've watched.
I've watched lots of sequels.
Yeah, that's what every month we do that.
Yeah. Does The Incredible Hulk count?
Yes.
Good. Sequel. I watched The Incredible Hulk the other day with my little boy.
Just about, because it's just about linked to that Marvel universe.
Yeah, it's like the credits just about link it to the one before.
Yeah. Or Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. turns up for some reason.
Robert Downey Jr. turns up in it, so that it does sort of link. And I'm going with it's a sequel. My little boy has this Marvel Lego game, and he wanted to know where Abomination came from. And so we thought we'd watch that movie, and so he could see where Abomination came from.
Okay.
And he was underwhelmed, I think.
Really?
Yeah. I think he kind of liked it. I don't think he was quite like in the right mood. So, with a movie where Abomination doesn't turn up till sort of the end, like he's kind of lost interest by that.
And he doesn't know who Tim Roth is and how good Tim Roth can be at this point.
No, he doesn't. No, that's all lost on him, really.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm sitting there going, this is Tim Roth and
Edward Norton.
These are two very fine actors, and they are making a Hulk movie, which is I don't think I was down on it as many people. I think it's a semi-decent Hulk movie.
I think it's better than the first Hulk movie.
It's better than the Eric Bana one, that's for sure. Yeah, definitely better than that. And do you know what? There was a lot of shade thrown at this movie, and especially at Edward Norton, I think. But actually, I think it's all right.
Liv Tyler's all right. Betty Ross, this is where we've got William Hurt as well. Did you watch the trailer dropped for She-Hulk the other day?
Oh no, I've not seen that, but I really like She-Hulk comics.
Well,
so
Abomination and Tim Roth is in it.
Oh, okay.
So this is now officially canon.
So is that this Abomination, or is it Abomination from Shang-Chi?
I think they're the same thing, aren't they?
Wow, they look a bit different.
Okay, I think they're the same thing.
Okay, right. Okay. So they're supposed to be the same, even though they look slightly.
I haven't watched
different.
the bloody series yet, Rich.
That's all right. It's all good.
No,
looking forward to that.
I hope it's going to be the same thing. Tim Roth is back. Very exciting.
Very exciting.
What did you think of the film?
I enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed it, actually. I've always thought it was like there's a lot of, like I say, a lot of negative stuff about it, but I quite enjoyed it.
Do you?
It is what it is.
Do you think the CGI holds up?
I don't know. The CGI is a bit ropey in places, and
what year did it come out? Do you remember?
I think it's like 2003. Like maybe a bit later.
No, it has to be after 2000.
Maybe that's the.
It has to be after 2008 because that's when Iron Man came out. 2003 sounds right for Hulk.
Yeah, maybe 2003 was the Eric Bana one.
I dragged lots of people to go and see that at 12 o'clock at night. And they were not happy. I was like, it's the big green machine. He's going to smash some things up. He does not smash that things up. And then he ends up fighting a big water creature that looks rubbish at the end.
Yeah, that's not a good one, is it? 2008. That's when it came out. Yeah, you were right. Yeah, 2008. So, yeah, and the other one was 2003. So, there we go.
Yeah, he's no Ruffalo, is he? Old Norton. He plays it very differently. And I'm not quite sure he plays it right.
No, I think you're probably right. I think you're probably he sort of misses it slightly. But again, I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people do. No. So anyway,
I watch it. It's entertaining enough.
It is. It's entertaining enough, but not if you're 7. It would seem.
Okay.
It loses you about midway if you're 7. There was one point where George went, when is the Hulk going to show up? Because and it's mostly in Portuguese for a lot of the start as well. Yeah. And he's like, is this an English movie?
Oh God, subtitles. Most of the film is Edward Norton trying not to be the Hulk.
Yes, yeah. And it sort of ends with him like seemingly maybe able to control it.
Yeah.
That's the kind of the ending, isn't it?
Yeah. Watched anything else?
Sequel-wise, no. I don't think, not that I can talk about, unfortunately.
Yeah, leave it off. I rewatched, because it popped up on Now TV, whatever they call it now, is Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh, yeah. I've been meaning to watch that, actually. I think my wife wants to see it, so that would be nice.
I still think it's great.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed it a second time round at home. I didn't cry this time.
No. It'd be hard to make you cry twice, though, wouldn't it? Like,
Not really. You'd be surprised. I did get a little bit emotional, and I was just checking on my wife, seeing if she was getting choked up. But I don't think she has the connection to Ghostbusters that I have. And I think she found it reasonably entertaining as well. Yeah, I think it's a great legacy film. Is that what we're calling these now? Legacy sequel films?
I guess so. Yeah,
they're a whole category by themselves now.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's a great movie. It is, and I'm definitely gonna watch it. Now it's popped up on streaming again.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure my boy will want to watch it as well. Actually, yeah.
It's really not that scary until Gozer turns up.
Yeah, but then he's seen Gozer on the original Ghostbusters. He's seen original Ghostbusters 1 and 2, so he's fine with those.
Watch your way then.
And he has all his Ghostbusters Playmobil that he's a big fan of. So
he's gonna love it then.
Yeah, I think he will. I lied actually. I think I have seen another sequel. Are we counting Jackass 4.5 as a sequel?
Yes, we definitely are, because I forgot to add that to the list. Can you explain what 4.5 is to the listeners? Because they might not know it's there.
It's sort of a making of Jackass 4. So the most recent Jackass movie is 4, right? Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah, Jackass Forever. It's sort of a making of kind of documentary, but with more bits. Remember when we did the review of Jackass Forever, and I said there were bits in the trailer that went in the movie? They're in this. They're in 4.5. Like more toilet explosions, essentially, which are... It's hilarious. I literally just watched it before we were recording this with my wife, and we were both just laughing and awing at all the same kind of points. But she cannot do the sick bits. A bit like you said about your dad. She is not down for the sick stuff.
There's a bit in this I don't think my dad can watch.
No, not to spoil it or anything, but there is certainly a scene involving fish.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, sashimi that I would avoid if I were you. If you have a delicate stomach.
I did enjoy this. It was nice how they made it a kind of a making of, like you said. I can see why a lot of this didn't make it in the film.
Yeah.
But I did laugh at the guy Dark Shark jumping out of an airplane.
I laughed at loads. There's loads of it I laughed at.
Aaron still getting hit in the nuts by a bowling ball. That was...
Yeah, that's one of the bits.
And it was interesting to see how they did it in the COVID era. It was nice.
There's a really good line in that when Johnny Knoxville's like, "Now we're all nice and safe to make the most unsafe movie ever."
Again, there's a lot of cock.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a hell of a lot of peen.
Could you watch them back to back? Forever and 4.5?
Oh, yeah,
Is
definitely.
that too much, Jackass?
No, it's not. Because when we finished Forever, I was kind of keen for more. I remember coming out of the cinema and going, I could have done another hour of that.
Yeah, and here it is.
Here it is. Here's another 90 minutes of it. You know, it's great. I've got, and that is on not bored of it.
Netflix.
Yes, absolutely. It's an hour and a half, nice and short. Just watch it and laugh.
There you go. That's all the sequels we've watched. We're moving on. Can you do the Film Club jingle, please?
It's Film Club. I don't know, I made that up.
Yeah, I can't remember if that's it, but we've done it.
I don't think there isn't really a Film Club jingle, Dave. I just make it up every time we do one.
Brilliant. And you've nailed that one. What have you watched outside of sequels this month? Anything new? Should we do the new stuff first or the old stuff first?
Anything? I don't know if I've watched anything new, Dave. To be honest, it's been a relatively slow movie month, I think.
I've got two. I've got the senior year, the Rebel Wilson comedy.
No, I mean that
on
looked,
Netflix.
That looked really, really bad, and I've avoided it.
It depends if you're a fan of Rebel Wilson or if you have anything else to do.
I think Rebel Wilson's all right, but I don't think I could watch it.
It is funny. And it is funny because the last few Rebel Wilson films I've watched, she leans heavily on her weight, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Rebel Wilson has lost a dramatic amount of weight and she looks great, but there's no reason she had to lose the weight. Blah, you know. The worst film I've ever seen with her in is called The Hustle. I had to review it. I gave it 1 star. Since then, I've tried to give her a wide berth. Wife wanted to watch this, and the premise is really quite funny. She starts off the film as like a 16-year-old. She's a cheerleader, and she gets thrown up and dropped, and then she's in a coma for 20 years.
Right.
And then eventually wakes up and she wants to go back to school basically to try and finish school and be the head cheerleader, win prom queen, if that's a thing.
Yeah,
you know,
I guess that's
fish
the
out
thing.
of water, fish out of decade kind of thing.
Yeah,
There's some
okay.
quite nice jokes about, you know, the 90s in there. There's some funny Britney Spears references. It is funny.
Yeah.
I laughed a few times. I wouldn't call it a 5-star stunner.
It's just the way you went, I laughed a few times.
I think I'm going to use I was pleasantly surprised.
Okay. All right, then. Maybe I will give it a go, because I watched the trailer for it and I thought, well, that looks absolutely awful.
Again, a lot of it depends if you like Rebel Wilson. If you do not like her comedy,
I mean,
stay clear.
I like Pitch Perfect. I think she's good in that.
Pitch Perfect 1, 2 or 3.
Oh, I think I've only seen one.
If you're a fan of Pitch Perfect 3, you're going to love this film.
Okay. I've not seen that.
Yeah, it's rubbish.
Oh, okay. Good.
But that's my recommendation. And also, the other one I watched, and I want to check if you haven't watched it, because I'll be surprised, is the Chippendale Rescue Rangers movie that's dropped on Disney.
I haven't watched it, no. I only just heard about it, to be honest.
This film has no right to be as good as it is.
I've also heard that. I've heard that it's surprisingly good.
Yes, it's like a modern day Roger Rabbit. So toons and people coexist.
Cool.
It is also didn't go in the direction I thought a Rescue Ranger film would be. When I thought it would be, they'll just be the Rescue Rangers.
Mm.
They're not. They're Chippendale, who are actors, basically.
Okay.
And it kind of explains how they cast the voices they do for Andy Samberg and John Mulaney as the voices of Chippendale, and not the squeaky things.
Okay, that's interesting.
It's really interesting. It's really funny. You're going to love some of the references and some of the cartoons that walk around the background. You have to be really eye sharp of seeing some of the inner jokes and stuff. It's really clever.
Ah, okay.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
really enjoyed it. Really funny. Really interesting to see like I said, the direction they went with it, and not what I expected. And when I say pleasantly surprised on this one, I mean that much more positively.
Oh, good.
I was back in the day a massive Rescue Ranger fan. Love Chippendale Rescue Rangers, like Chippendale
Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, my era that is. So when they said they're doing a film and doing it live action, very worried.
Yeah, can imagine.
There are some couple of jokes in there that I don't want to ruin because obviously you haven't seen it and it's quite new, but really made me laugh. Really clever, really funny. I think you and the boy and the family would watch it and enjoy it. Me and the wife enjoyed it.
Yeah,
we were both turned at the end and we're like, that was surprising.
I'll definitely give that a go. I've just thought of a new movie that I've sort of watched, a newish movie. I've half watched The Bubble. I haven't finished it. I fell asleep, so I'm going to come back to it.
Which was The Bubble?
The Bubble is all about essentially making a movie during COVID.
Oh, the Judd Apatow film.
Yeah, Judd Apatow. Yeah.
Is it far too long?
I don't know because I've not finished it.
How long have you watched it?
I think I've watched about an hour and a bit of it, and I fell asleep.
Oh,
so because I was watching it quite late at night. So I'm going to have to come back to it, and I haven't managed to yet.
Judd Apatow is a weird one for me because I do enjoy his movies, but then I always think you could shave some time. But that's my problem with lengths of films and stuff. Well, I can talk about an old film I watched the other day that I think you've watched because it's on our scratch poster.
Yeah.
Is Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
I have never seen Breakfast at Tiffany's.
No, I hadn't either until quite recently, about 6 months ago or so.
Yeah. Really enjoyed it. Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
George Peppard. Wow. But wow, there's some stuff in there that is questionable now. Yes. And it is a piece of its time. And the casting of Mickey Rooney as an Asian man straight off the bat is startling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. In some ways, it's quite progressive for its time. And yet in other ways, it's incredibly of its time.
Were they just not casting Asian people at that point in Hollywood in 1961? Or
I don't know, Dave. I wasn't alive.
Good point. Good point.
It's a long time before I was born.
I was shocked by apart from that, rest of the film, there's some dialogue bits that you probably wouldn't get away with now. Wonderful. I get it now. I watched Breakfast at Tiffany. She said, I think I remember the film. That's a song, guys. Showing my age there.
Yeah. Good film. Talking of old movies, not quite as old as that one, but I watched John Wick for the first time.
Okay.
Because that's how on the pulse I am.
Did you like it?
I did, actually. I did quite like it. It's a nice bit of escapism. It's not too long. It's just about right. It's an interesting... I like Keanu Reeves' different type of fighting style as John Wick.
It's fresh at that point, isn't it?
It is fresh. It was fresh. When I watched it, I was like, oh, yeah, this is kind of cool. Yeah.
He's so cool in that.
He is very cool in it.
Nice car. You like cars?
Yeah, I do like the car. Nice dog as well. Both dogs I quite like. Yeah. I think Alfie Allen's pretty good in it too.
I forgot that Alfie Allen's in it, yeah. That's such a sleeper hit when that first came out. It didn't even get a cinema release here for ages.
Didn't it? I didn't know that.
It was released everywhere else apart from here.
I just knew everyone was talking about it all of a sudden. And I was like, oh, didn't even know anything about it. And then it's just gone on, and I finally watched it the other day.
And now we're on the fourth one.
Is the fourth one out, or are they making it now?
I believe they've made it.
Oh, okay.
They showed a bit at CinemaCon the other day.
Oh, okay.
Released some pictures and stuff.
Now, I've got a feeling that by the fourth one, I'm probably going to be slightly bored of it. Because I'm not sure it's a storyline that's got a lot of legs. But hey, I'll let you know when I've watched them.
There is every chance that happens. It depends how much you buy into the world that 2 and 3 build.
Yeah.
And, well, I'm not going to ruin anything. Yeah. I'm going to be interested to see what you think of the other ones. So, we'll leave that until then.
Cool. Sounds good.
Cool. I've watched nothing else. You watched anything else?
No. I think that's it for me. It's been quite a TV heavy month this month, actually.
Okay, so let's move on to TV Club.
Okay. TV Club. That didn't work.
I didn't even know you could get that high.
Me neither. Must have been all those bowling balls to the balls. The Ozark. I watched the final series of Ozark. Which is a show that I've really, really liked.
Yeah, a lot of people have. Again, you won't be surprised. I have not watched it.
Yeah. You should. You should watch it. I think we're the opposite, aren't we? Is that you watch all the movies and I watch all the TV.
Yeah, it does seem that way.
But yeah, I mean, it's a very good show. People absolutely love it. The ending...
Was it satisfying? That's always the way I ask. Because I know you and Lost... And you tell...
I mean, it's not on Lost levels of unsatisfying.
Okay, good.
But it does kind of... It leaves a lot to be tied up. And the things it does tie up are kind of like... You know, sometimes you watch things and you're like, no! Like, they need a happy ending and they need a miserable ending.
Yeah.
That's... Oh. But then that's not how life goes, is it, I suppose? I don't know. There's a lot of dissatisfaction with the ending, as there always is. I think it's just because people don't like endings, maybe. And there's a lot of dissatisfaction about the ending. I get what they're trying to do. I've read lots of different theories about what happens with the ending, but I don't know. It just leaves me a bit cold, really. It didn't leave me cold. It left me going, oh, right. This is going to be interesting how they wrap this up in the next episode. Oh, no, that was the last episode.
It's one of those endings.
Yeah.
So it's left open for a possibility of maybe more at some point.
Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't come back with like a feature-length like episode, potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's scope.
Nice. As a season, though, has it been the best one, or...?
No, I don't think it has been the best one. It's been very good in places, but I think season 3 is probably better for me.
Okay.
It's that there's a lot of tension in this, and I don't know. You know, I don't know. Maybe season 1's better. It's interesting. It's
all good though, right? So if I start watching it,
I would highly recommend watching it. What I would do is, when you do watch it, just know that the final episode is not going to answer all your questions.
Well, I don't want. Oh, that doesn't make me want to watch it.
You should watch it. It's definitely worth watching.
It's got your recommendation. What else have you been watching?
I've actually been watching The American Office.
First time?
So, yeah, first time. Never seen it before.
Oh, wow.
And I've got to be honest, first series was a bit of a slog. And I thought, oh, no, it's just a poor American remake of our one that's better. And then after that first series, when you get sort of halfway through the second series, when they're starting writing their more original stuff.
Yeah, once they start trying to be something that they're not, once they start writing to the powers that their cast has, it's a very different cast to the English one.
Yes, yeah.
Once they start thinking, we can use them in this certain ways. Oh, we've got him, he can do that. It gets really good, really funny. And once it starts being its own thing, its own entity, once you start thinking The Office and The American Office are not the same thing, once you separate those two, it gets really good.
Absolutely, totally agree. It will never take the place of the original Office.
It's very different to the original Office.
It is.
It's so different.
Yeah. It's the original Office is in my heart and will never leave. And the Christmas special of that, it will be the finest moment on television that I've ever seen ever. But I really do like it. I really am enjoying The American Office. I'm only, series 3 now.
Oh, you've got a long way to go.
But they're very long series. They're like 25 episodes or something.
Well, when
silly.
they started, this was the period when TV series in America, everything they made was 24 episodes, hence 24 being 24 episodes. And that laid the track for everything else to be 24 episodes. And TV series were far too long. And there's too many filler episodes.
There are some filler episodes, but Steve Carell's really good, and the cast is incredible. Actually, like, people pop up in the cast, and I was like, "Oh, yeah,
It gets better. It gets
really?
better. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm in series 3. I'm quite enjoying it. I'm curious to see where it goes.
Yeah. Stick with it. It's good. It's got some lovely moments. You haven't got to the dinner party yet, have you? That's the famous one.
No, I don't think so.
Wait for the dinner party. It's a fantastic half-an-hour TV. Okay. Perfectly written, I'd say. What about the only thing I'm going to mention? I'm going to mention 1.5 because one hasn't finished. Okay. The thing I really did enjoy was something on ITV in the UK, guys. It was called The Thief, the Wife, and the Canoe with Eddie Marsden. Okay. And you might know the story about the man who faked his death in the canoe and his wife.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Written by a guy called Christopher Lang. Really, really, really good. Again, I knew bits of it because obviously in the UK it was a big story because not every day man fakes his death on a canoe, and his wife was in on it. Tiff didn't know anything about it. She couldn't believe this was real. It's like, this is 100%. This happened. His idea. Eddie Marsden's brilliant in it. It's I think it's 4 episodes, hour each.
Okay.
Nice. It's really, really well written. I'd recommend it because Eddie Marsden's always good. My second one hasn't ended. I don't know if you've been watching it. Is The Staircase.
No,
Colin Firth.
I haven't.
Did you watch The Staircase on Netflix documentary?
No.
I don't know which one to watch first in recommendation of you because they're kind of set on each other.
All right. So what is the documentary about? Is it a making of or?
No. The documentary is actually like the documentary of what happened in real life.
Oh right.
So it's actually got the real people.
Right. Okay.
Doing pieces to camera and stuff, and it follows the trial and stuff. And I don't want to go into it because it's mental.
Okay.
And it throws out some. I would say watch the documentary first, and then you could see how good Colin Firth is.
Okay.
In The Staircase.
All right.
And you're kind of waiting for bits to come up. You're like, I wonder if they mention this and this happens. It hasn't ended yet. I think it's got 2 more episodes by the time we're talking. So they're out on Thursdays.
Okay.
So hopefully
I will give
next
that
month
a try. Yeah. I've been watching a thing on ITV called Grace, which is John Sim.
Love John Sim.
Yeah, he's awesome as a detective, essentially, whose wife has gone missing, and she's been missing for a long time. So she's been missing for like 10 years at this point. And he's got in trouble because he's previously used like psychics to help him find, or a particular psychic to help him find like baddies and stuff, like killers and things.
But does he get results?
He does, yeah. But then when it gets to court, then they need to throw it out when it gets to court because you can't use a psychic because it's not like, it's a real, it's quite a police procedural, but yeah, it's good. And it was, I think there was like the first one was like a one-off, around sort of a couple of Christmases ago. They just did it as like a long like TV movie kind of thing, and then that's spawned a series. It's all set in Brighton and around Brighton, so there's nice coastline and stuff in it as well. And yeah, it's very good, and the supporting cast are excellent.
I'll write that one down.
Yeah, definitely give that a go. When you said The Thief, the Wife, and the Canoe, that kind of made me think of it. I imagine it's on a similar kind of thing potentially. Also, what me and my wife have been watching on BBC4 is old Top of the Pops.
I've caught a couple of these.
We've set it to record. We've got the series link now, so we're slowly going through 1992 a week at a time, watching Top of the Pops.
92 is not a good year. 93 is a cracking year of music, if I remember rightly.
I think 1997 is the best year for music in British history.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't wait to get to 97. But yeah, 92's been fun. Like, basically, Bryan Adams is number one for most of it.
I bet. Have you listened to the James Acaster podcast on the BBC about him trying to convince people that 2016 is the best year of music ever?
I've read his book,
okay.
Perfect Sound Whatever. Yeah, I've read his book. I mean, he might be right. I wasn't really into music in 2016. I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
And his taste in music appears to be slightly more obscure than mine.
I would say yes, very. I don't think he's done an album and I thought, I'd listen to that.
Me too. But yeah, for me, he's wrong, and 1997 is the best year for music in British history. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, 92's doing all right at the moment.
As we talk about TV, shall we just say a big congratulations to Lewis Arnold for winning a BAFTA?
We most absolutely should.
Him and his team for Time best miniseries, TV miniseries at this year's BAFTAs. Yeah, what a man! What a show!
Yeah, so good. So good. I can't believe someone we've had as a guest on our podcast has won a BAFTA. That's crazy.
Yeah, big congratulations to Lewis and the team. Yeah, we bigged it up a lot because we love everything about it.
Yeah.
And hopefully that won't be his first. Next is an Oscar.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Someone's got to give that guy a movie.
Shall we move on to scheduling and releases?
Oh yeah, come on, tell us what's coming.
Okay, so end of this month, May, we're just going to quickly mention Top Gun is out. Top Gun is definitely out. It's happening. It is happening.
My tickets are booked, baby.
Tickets booked. Can't wait. We've also, the Bob's Burgers movie is out. I know you don't watch it. I do. Very much looking forward to that. But the big release this month is the new Jurassic Park film.
Yeah. Jurassic World Dominion. Yeah.
I don't know what in my head where I sit with this one. Like, am I excited? Because, one, I'm not excited for the Jurassic World movies. I'm not. But Jurassic Park movies with Sam Neill and Laura Dern and Jeff Goldblum. Now you're getting I'm tingling.
I mean, it all depends, though, doesn't it? It depends how they're in it and what part they play in it, and are they dead behind the eyes just turning up for the paycheck? You know,
we find out on the 10th of June.
I've got some ideas of snippets because my son got quite a few Jurassic World Dominion Lego sets for his birthday.
Really?
Yeah. The toys and stuff are out already. So I've seen.
Sometimes that annoys me that they release toys for stuff like that. Like Thor: Love and Thunder's got Lego sets out, and I'm trying to. I'm a grown man. I'm avoiding Lego.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't give too much away, to be honest. But
it gives away characters, Rich.
It does, yeah. It does give away
bad guys and kind of what they look like. And
true.
I don't want to go into it. Anyway, what else is coming out? A horror film called. There's a few horror films actually. Men. The Alex Garland Men is coming out. Who did Ex Machina?
Oh, okay, that's a good movie.
Wrote Judge Dredd.
Also a good movie.
Yeah, no good. Dash Cam from Rob Savage made the short film. I don't know if you saw it in the COVID era. It was called Host. Did very well. This is their first.
Oh no, I've heard about it. I've not seen it, but
quite scary. What else is the Lightyear movie is coming out? The original story about the original Buzz Lightyear. That is Buzz Lightyear.
Classing that as a sequel?
No, I think it's a prequel.
Okay, all right.
Because the Buzz Lightyear toy that Buzz Lightyear plays in Toy Story is based on a toy series of Lightyear, the man, from this.
Right, okay.
I think it's something mental like that.
Okay. Is that movie release, or is that straight to Disney Plus job?
Do you know what? I don't know. Okay. I think it's going to be movies first and then Disney Plus pretty soon.
Talking of Disney Plus, though, you know what's coming?
What?
The Obi-Wan TV series.
Yes, that's coming next Friday when this is out.
What
weekend? I'm going to watch Obi-Wan and I'm going to watch Top Gun. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant weekend.
It's a cracking weekend.
Yeah. And then another film I just want to mention was called The Black Phone. It's another horror film. Ethan Hawke, because I only bring it up because I know you hate him.
I don't hate him, just don't like him.
It's a guy called Scott Derrickson that did the first Doctor Strange, another film you don't like. But he also did a film called Sinister, which is a really scary film in my eyes, again with Ethan Hawke in it. Rich doesn't watch horror films, so he has no idea what I'm talking about.
No, you make it out like I deliberately avoid them. They're just not something that I find particularly interesting.
Which sounds like you deliberately avoid them.
I like Midsummer. That's great.
Cracking film. And that's all from June. There's nothing else there that I can really tell you to get excited about, but we've already got our month planned. I don't want to announce it because
a couple of cracking sequels coming in June, though.
Stuff does go wrong. But next week you'll definitely get a review of Top Gun and Jurassic World.
Yes, yeah, they will definitely happen.
Then
something else as well,
which we know in our head, but who knows what will happen? Our lives get crazy. Rich, do you want to see the people out?
Oh yeah, of course. Is it time to say goodbye? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was
Show
enjoying
them the
that.
door.
I was enjoying that. There's the door. Goodbye. Au revoir. Adieu. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And if you have, then you can always go and click the little subscribe button and you'll get episodes in your inbox every single week, sometimes twice a week when we're in season, which is now. We're midway through season 3. Go back and listen to all our brilliant interview episodes. If you've liked this one, the interview episodes are even better because they have brilliant guests on them. So go back and listen to those. We've just released this week with Michael Marden, who is the producer of not only the Quickly Kevin podcast that me and Dave both enjoy because it's about 90s football and that's our era, but also probably the biggest podcast in the country right now, Parenting Hell with Josh Widdicombe and Rob Beckett. He's the producer of that. So go and listen to that episode. It's very, very good. Also, all the rest of the episodes. And if you do like us, give us a little review, give us some 5 stars, give us a little heart or a like or whatever it is. Tell your friends, please. Just get them to listen. If you know people that like movies, if you know people that just like rambly chats, then tell them about this podcast. Get them to listen in. You can also find us on social media. We are at Unequal Sequel on Twitter and on Instagram, or you can send us an email, unequalsequel@hotmail.com.
Beautiful. That just leaves me with the nice things of saying thank you for listening to this episode. Thank you for listening to the other episodes. Don't forget to rate and review and do everything that Rich just told you to do. Thanks very much. You are all brilliant. We love you very much. Until next time, when I would have seen Top Gun.
And me.
It's actually happening.
Oh,
if I get COVID or bloody monkeypox before Saturday, I'm going to be so fucking angry. But next time we talk, next time you listen, I would have seen a new Top Gun movie. And on that note, I'm going to say ta-ta, and it's a goodbye from him.
Bye.
Till next time. Bye.